Late night rain on the window. I barely recognize myself anymore. There was a softness in me once, a kind of light I didn't have to force. I used to laugh before the fear, before the world got heavy year by year. I let strangers close without a doubt, spoke my heart before I learned to shut it out. Now silence sits where hope would be, and sometimes I miss the man I used to see. Nobody stole him away, life just wore him down slow. I miss who I used to be, before survival became all of me, before every smile learned how to hide, before these like an old song fading through the night, still alive somewhere behind these walls I built with time. I remember walking through the streets, feeling every little thing so deep. Sunday mornings, windows open wide, music playing while the whole world felt alive. Now I move like someone passing through, half awake with too much left to lose. I became careful with my soul, and I don't remember when I lost control. Ain't nobody here to blame, that's what hurts the most somehow. I miss who I used to be, before survival became all of me, before every smile learned how to hide, before these tired eyes stopped shining bright. And every now and then I feel him breathing in my chest, like the ghost of some forgotten tenderness, still reaching through the dark to remind me I was blessed. Maybe he ain't really gone, maybe he's just buried underneath all the grief and all the years, all the lessons pain teaches quietly. Maybe one day I'll laugh that way again. Oh, I miss who I used to be, but maybe there's still some of him in me. Maybe the heart don't disappear, maybe it survives somewhere beneath the fear. And tonight, for the first time, I held my own soul tenderly, like an old photograph I thought I lost, returning back to me. Still somewhere inside of me. Yeah, I know you're still there. There was a time before all this noise tears inside me. There was a gentleness in me once. I carried my heart with open hands. I could sit beside a window and feel the beauty in the rain. I used to call my friends at midnight just to hear somebody laugh. Back when hope came easy to me, before life moves so fast. Now every room feels colder somehow, even when the lights are on. I miss the way I used to feel when the world still seemed a little more real. Before disappointment learned my name, before every joy started carrying pain. And sometimes in the silence I hear that old heart beating softly underneath, like somebody I once loved deeply, somebody that used to be. I remember trusting conversations, letting people see my soul. Now I measure every feeling, like I'm scared to lose control. Funny how the years can change you without making any sound. One day you wake up looking inward and barely know what you found. I didn't mean to disappear, I was just trying to survive. I miss the way I used to feel when the world still seemed a little more real. Before disappointment learned my name, before every joy started carrying pain. And somewhere deep inside me, there's still a little light that time couldn't reach, a quiet kind of mercy still waiting there for me. Maybe growing older ain't about becoming hard. Maybe it's just losing pieces and learning how to mourn them. Maybe the soul remembers even when the mind forgets. Oh, I miss the way I used to be, but tonight that old self came back to me, in the tears I didn't try to hide, in the tenderness still alive inside. And for the first time in years I let my heart speak honestly. And in that fragile moment I felt a little free. Before the world got loud, I remember now. Yeah. me the things you mourn when you get older. Not people, pieces of yourself. There was a softness in me once, I carried it everywhere I went. In the way I talked to strangers, in the way my whole heart meant what it said. I used to leave the curtains open, let the morning light fall in. Now I move around this house like somebody visiting, and I don't remember choosing to become this closed off man. Oh, I miss the quiet things I lost, the easy smile, the open arms, the way my soul could still be touched before life taught me to guard too much. And lately when the night runs deep, I sit with old memories, like faded pictures in my head of someone I still don't understand. That someone used to be me. I remember calling people just to listen, not because I needed something back. I remember believing feelings weren't weaknesses you had to hide. Now every word feels calculated, every moment halfway done, like somewhere along the road my truest self got left behind. Nobody warns you how loneliness can happen slowly. Oh, I miss the quiet things I lost, the tenderness beneath my thoughts, the way I used to trust the world before disappointment changed my heart. And somewhere underneath these years, past all the doubt and fear, there's still a fragile part of me, trying to breathe, trying to believe. Maybe healing isn't becoming somebody strong. Maybe healing is grieving the softness that's gone. And maybe if I stop running from my own reflection, I might find him waiting there. I miss the quiet things I lost, but maybe they were never fully gone. Maybe they live inside the tears I still hide when no one's near. And tonight, for just a moment, I felt something open in me, like an old locked room inside my soul. Finally finding air to breathe. The quiet things still alive somewhere inside of me. I've been sitting here tonight, thinking about the person I used to be. spirit once. I carried hope without even trying. Back when my heart still trusted mornings, and tears came easy without hiding. I used to walk with open hands, like the world wasn't something to fear. Now every room feels a little colder with every passing year. And somewhere along the years, I slowly disappeared. Oh, I miss the soul I had back then, before the wars, before the hurt settled in, before I learned how to silence my needs, before loneliness started living in me. And sometimes late at night, I feel that old self passing by, like a ghost made of tenderness and light, still trying to survive inside. I remember laughing without caution, calling people just to hear their voice, finding beauty in ordinary moments, like life itself was still a choice. Now I move through crowded places, like somebody halfway gone, smiling just enough to hide Nobody tells you growing older can feel like losing pieces of yourself. Oh, I miss the soul I had back then, before disappointment wore my skin, before I became someone always tired, holding ashes where there once was fire. Still somewhere beneath these scars, under all this missing and doubt, there's a softer part of me waiting to finally come back out. Maybe the heart never truly forgets who we were before the breaking. Maybe healing begins the moment we notice what's missing. The person I've been mourning all this time ain't completely gone. Oh, I miss the soul I had back then, but tonight I think I felt it again, in the way these tears fell honestly, in the way this old pain still reaches me. And for one quiet moment, the weight inside me loosens slowly, like some forgotten part of my spirit finally remembered me. Somewhere along the years, you're still here. Somewhere along the way, I became someone I never meant to be. was a kindness in my eyes once, before the nights got hard to sleep through, before every conversation started feeling halfway gone. I used to dance while washing dishes, used to sing without a reason. Now the silence in this house knows my name better than I do. And I don't know exactly when it happened. That's the part that breaks me most. Before my heart learned how to close its door, before the weight of loss lived in my bones, before I started feeling alone in my own soul. And sometimes late at night, I swear I feel that old light breathing near, like a photograph fading in the rain, still beautiful, still here. I remember trusting people easy, believing love could really stay. I remember calling up my mother just to tell her how my day went, back when little things could move me. Summer wind, a church choir singing. Now I pass right through my moments like somebody else is living them. Nobody warned me growing older could feel this quiet inside. I miss the sound of me before my heart learned how to close its door, before the weight of loss lived in my bones, before I started feeling alone in my own soul. And somewhere underneath the tiredness and all these years, there's a softer voice still calling out, trying to reach me here. Maybe healing ain't becoming someone new. Maybe it's remembering the parts of you the world made disappear. Maybe the boy who laughed too loud, the soul that still believed in people, ain't completely gone. Maybe he's just waiting for me to come back home. I miss the sound of me before, but tonight I heard his echo once more, in the way these old tears fell so slow, in the way this broken heart still holds hope. And for a moment there, the room didn't feel so cold, like some small piece of who I was still survived inside my soul. Still survived, still alive somewhere inside my soul. Late evening, city lights falling through the blinds, and me sitting here remembering. There was a fire in me once, not loud, just warm enough to live by. I used to wait before the sunrise, feeling something good was waiting outside. I smiled at people on the sidewalks, believe most hearts were trying their best. Now every conversation feels careful, like I forgot how to rest. And somewhere between the leaving and the losing, I became hard without noticing. Now there's a stranger in my own eyes, somebody tied where in my life, somebody quieter than I remember, somebody colder after all this weather. And Lord, I don't miss the love of tonight, the soul I was before goodbye, before the world took all my tenderness and taught my heart to hide. I remember dancing in the kitchen, radio low after midnight rain, back when a simple song could heal me, back before joy became complicated. Funny how growing older happens without a warning sound. One day your spirit feels smaller, even in a crowded town. Nobody tells you life can steal things you never knew you had to protect. Now there's a stranger in my own eyes, somebody tied where in my life, somebody quieter than I remember, somebody colder after all this weather. And still somewhere beneath the hurt and time, there's a softer part of me alive, a little broken, a little hidden, but not completely gone tonight. Maybe healing ain't learning how to forget the pain. Maybe healing is grieving the person pain replaced. And maybe if I sit still long enough, I might hear my old laugh again. Now there's a stranger in my own eyes, but tonight he looked at me and cried, like he remembered all the dreams we carried before the years became so heavy. And for a moment I felt something gentle moving through me, like an old photograph touched by light, returning softly back to life. Not completely gone, no, still somewhere inside. Funny how a person can disappear slowly and still wake up in the same skin every day. There was a sweetness in me once. I wore it easy like Sunday clothes, back when my heart still opened naturally, before it learned what sorrow knows. I used to talk about tomorrow like it was something bright and near. Now I avoid my own reflection. Some nights I don't recognize who's there, and nobody saw it happening, not even me. Lately I've been missing little pieces of my soul, the tender parts I buried just to make it through the cold. I remember crying at movies, calling all friends just because, feeling music deep in my chest, like every note belonged to us. Now everything feels distant, like I'm standing outside my own life, watching years keep passing by me, quiet as the middle of the night. I didn't become this person all at once. Life did it slowly. Oh, I barely remember my smile, the way I used to dream like a child, before loneliness became routine, before silence settled in to me. Still somewhere beneath these shadows, under all the hurt I hide, there's a softer voice still calling from somewhere deep inside. Maybe growing older is learning how much the world can take from you, but maybe wisdom is finally noticing what's missing too. And maybe the parts of me I thought were gone are only waiting to be found. Oh, I barely remember my smile, but tonight I felt it for a while, in the tears I let fall, honestly, in the ache of remembering me. And though the years have changed me more than words could ever say, I still believe there's something beautiful the world could not take away. Still somewhere inside, yeah, still alive. I saw an old picture of myself tonight, and for a moment I missed her. There was a woman but in old photographs, with wide eyes and unguarded hands. She laughed before the punchline landed, still believed the world could understand. She danced barefoot in the kitchen, sang along with the radio low. Back when joy arrived uninvited, back before sorrow moved in slow. And somewhere between heartbreak and survival, I became somebody else. Oh, I miss the woman I used to be, the one who carried life so naturally, before the silence settled in my bones, before I learned how to feel alone. And now the mirror shows a face life has touched in quiet ways, but deep inside these tired eyes, that younger soul still cries sometimes. I remember staying open even after being let down. Now I measure every feeling like love is something dangerous now. I didn't notice when it happened, didn't hear the moment things changed. Just one loss after another, till tenderness began to fade. Nobody warned you how adulthood can harden gentle people. Oh, I miss the woman I used to be, before exhaustion lived inside of me, before my heart became so careful, before my spirit learned retreat. Still somewhere underneath the ache, past every wound and every mistake, there's a softer voice I almost knew, still trying to break through. Maybe healing starts with grieving what the years have taken. Maybe strength, maybe strength ain't pretending nothing's broken. And maybe the girl I've been mourning has been here all along, quietly waiting. Oh, I miss the woman I used to be, but tonight she felt close to me, in the way these memories move, in the way this old heart still bruises. And though time changed my reflection, it could not erase every part, 'cause somewhere beneath all this living, she still breathes inside my heart. Still inside my heart, yeah, still alive.